Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Canuck great. Former Canucks defenseman Ed Jovanovski joining us now. We mentioned that he's going to be at the LEC this weekend for the Western Canada Collectibles Experience, signing autographs on Saturday. Ed, Jovo, thanks for doing this. How are you, sir?
I'm good, guys. Can you hear me well?
Oh, yeah, no problem. Nope. We can see you. We can hear you, the whole bit. You look great. Hey, when you do an event like this, what's the question people ask you the most? Because your background is very interesting.
Yeah, probably on my, why I started hockey so late. Mm-hmm. Your typical, route to the NHL or whatever higher level hockey is. Usually you're starting at 4 or 5 years old. I didn't start till I was 11. So, 6 years later, 7 years later, being drafted and playing in the NHL is kind of a, I guess, unique story. People, wonder why so late. But it just happened that way.
I know you've told the story a million times, probably a million times on our show here and at our old radio station. But for people who don't know, because, Ed, you know the story, there's a million parents out there. They're upset because their kid didn't make an Adam rep team. Why the late start for you?
My father was a professional soccer player in Europe. So when they immigrated to Canada, the sport or the that my dad introduced us to was soccer. Threw the soccer ball at us, and we just played soccer. So it wasn't really, here's your equipment, let's sign you up for hockey. I really didn't know much about it, other than the fact that, hey, listen, we played it as kids on the street. We watched Hockey Night in Canada just like every other kid would. But as far as organized hockey, it just never happened late until my brother started playing. And, I go to all his games, and then I asked my dad, hey, Dad, I want to play. So I guess all I had to do was ask. I was enjoying soccer, as a kid playing, sports and in high school or in grade school. I played every different sport, basketball, volleyball. I played all of them. But, once I strapped the skates on and played organized hockey, definitely sorry about that. Definitely fell in love with it.
Yeah. Okay, we lost Ed here. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah.
And again, I hate to make you tell that story again, but I think it's an important story. Hey, where's home now, Ed? For people who don't know, where's home and what's taking up your time these days?
I'm in Boca Raton, Florida. Still, kind of where I've always started my career in this area, and just kind of stuck around here and enjoy it. And so the whole family's here, and now working with the Panthers, doing analyst work for Bally Sports.
What do you make of your old teams, the Panthers' success these days, and how far do you think they can go with that lineup?
Well, it's been a fun year. I am sure you've caught some action of them. They're an exciting team. They're well equipped with tons of offense. Their depth is better than, probably most teams in the league. They have 3 lines and even the 4th line. And, top that, they have a few guys that, aren't getting in the lineup that can make up an NHL lineup easy. So, it's been fun. It's been a long time. I think this team has done it right this time. They really kind of drafted their players, developed them, and got these players to, with the Huberdeau, Barkov, Ekblad into elite players, and now adding pieces to it, which they believe that they can make a long playoff run here this year. So it's certainly been fun covering them. Tonight's a big game versus Toronto, so I'll be heading to the rink here soon to do that game. But listen, we all know the playoffs, anything can happen. I think the team is comfortable where they're at as a group. But the team hasn't had playoff success over the year. And I think they got a taste of it last year, how tough it is with Tampa. But they're knocking on the door. They're certainly in a position to make some noise in the playoffs.
Ed, former Canuck alumni, you got to be talking to some former players you played with in Vancouver. It's been tough times here, Ed. There hasn't been a lot of playoff success the last 10 years. Do you see glimpses of this team, turning it around soon? It's been a long time.
It has been, it's such a tough league. There's a lot of games, and you got to be as consistent as possible, to maintain that above that line and be a playoff team. But look at the core group of that team. I think they're in a good position. When you have success early on as a player, the expectations go up, and fair enough, should. But sometimes, when things you look at this year, the start wasn't good. A coach loses his job, a new guy comes in, the adrenaline, the excitement's there. A couple tough losses to St. Louis, in Vegas, of late. But I think you still got to believe and make that push, because you're fighting for jobs and whatever the case may be. But listen, I still watch them. They're an exciting team. I still root for them, and hopefully they can get some good fortune here down the stretch, get some help, around the league, and take care of their own business.
Ed, how would you fare? Tough, talented, physical. How would you fare in today's game? How would you do?
Well, listen, I always love to skate the puck. I think, skating was something that I enjoyed doing, going back for the puck and getting it, lugging the mail out. I don't know. I think the physical part of the game still needs to be there, and for me, every time I was physical, I'd get more into the game and feel that you had some sort of impact on it. But I tell you what, man, watching these guys up close now, the pace I think the game is in an unbelievable spot, and it's exciting to watch. The goal scoring, is up, and I think when teams show it, when they need to play that way, they're well defensively, and the goaltenders are well. So, I don't know. I don't know how it would fare.
I think you do okay.
I tell you what, the 3-on-3 would be fun.
Yeah,
big
time.
Yeah. And quickly, 18 NHL seasons. How's your health? How's the bod?
It's good. I'm due for my second hip replacement.
Wow.
I have that was documented. My last year, I came back and I actually played, like 50 or so games on it, and then just my other side's ready. Other than a little bit of high cholesterol,
join the group. Join the group.
Yeah, a little bit of triglycerides scared it. It's good. I don't complain. Get a little grayer, but that's kids.
Ed, we got one question in the Delaney's OK Tire and Langley inbox for you. Ask Jovo if he's hung out with Kodak Black.
Yeah. Kodak actually, was at that game when he tricked everyone.
Yeah.
But he actually popped over to our suite, and he took a picture of kids. This a little guy. I like to get him in the corner.
Yeah.
Little guy.
He might do well in today's NHL. Well, he did that night. Hey, Ed, thanks so much for this. We look forward to you coming to this part of the world in the next couple of days.
I'm looking forward to it. It's been a while. I'm looking forward to eating at my favorite spots and having a beer out in Yaletown.
Yeah, beautiful. Ed, thanks so much. All the best.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
See ya.
Good luck with the hip replacement. Ed Jovanovski.